Okay, so we're joined now with Lam from SelfDrvn. Lam, how you doing, mate?
Hey, Matt. I'm doing fine. Doing good. How are you?
Well, still stuck here at home. This is still the normal office. I think we're probably all in the same boat, right? I wanted to understand from you guys the challenge that you were trying to go ahead and solve.
I started SelfDrvn in 2015 because I imagine a utopia or a nirvana at work, and my definition of heaven at work is really, a place where employees are self-driven and not boss-driven. I did some soul searching and decided this is something that is very important for me as a personal mission. As we move into a more digital way of working, the emergence of the gig economy and the sharing economy, in essence, more and more people are their own bosses. They have to go and figure out how to develop their own skills and career, how to manage themselves, how to be self-accountable, and so on and so forth. The problem we are trying to solve actually was to really create an elevated level of motivation and engagement with employees. And I think we learned from what is called the self-determination theory that autonomy is one major source of motivation for employees. If we're able to create an environment where employees feel that they are managing themselves and they could make decisions and they are well supported, then the level of productivity, the level of engagement you're going to get from the employee and the team is just going to be extraordinary. So that is the goal that we're trying to achieve. But with the COVID situation, and we're seeing that in the world today, remote working is going to be the norm. I think remote working, it's a skill. It's a new culture that many companies, many teams are going through. We realize that we work longer hours. We spend more time in calls, especially if you're a manager, you will have more one-to-one calls with your team. You will have more problem-solving calls. You will have more calls with customers and so on. So as a result, I think that workload in terms of remote collaboration goes up, especially for managers. I think the second challenge is really employee well-being. And I think a lot of companies, managers and the HR and the CEO is very concerned about how well employees are doing, how well employees are coping, and whether there are good coping mechanisms for them.
What does the solution actually look like?
So SelfDrvn is basically right now an employee experience platform. So the idea is to say this is one app that you use the moment you start work, and then you continue to interact with it till the end of the workday. So in between, we are trying to remove the friction out of the employee experience, whether it is a case of getting things done, making sure that you're organized with goals and tasks, collaborating with your teammates, giving feedback to each other, showing appreciation and recognition, and being able to reward somebody tangibly. So we try to remove the friction out of all those interactions. Now, I think what is really happening is that collaboration tools like Microsoft Teams is really becoming the virtual office. So what we have done, is to really integrate all these capabilities of being able to automate aspects of productivity, appreciation, recognition within Microsoft Teams itself. If you like productivity management, performance management, well-being management is becoming part of the flow, So we want to make sure that all these things happen in the flow of work.
Where do you go from here? Like, what's next for SelfDrvn?
What is interesting now is, with a combination of the kind of data you get out of Microsoft Teams and the kind of structured data we can capture out of something like SelfDrvn, we can have a more complete picture of how well individuals are doing, how well teams are doing. And that allows us to take everything to the next level. To say, for example, if I can look at organizational network analysis out of Teams data, plus all the productivity data from SelfDrvn put together, I should be able to come up with an intelligent career coach for everybody. I could look at what's going on in Teams, in the system, to very intelligently suggest what is the next skill to develop, who are good people to talk to as mentors, what are the interesting gigs and projects that people are working on out there that would help you in your career. And then by looking at how you work digitally, I could suggest ways to improve your work habits so that you're more productive.
Thank you so much for your time, Lam, and look forward to catching up soon.
Yes. And I wish you the best for the Microsoft Inspire event. Looking forward to hear from you as well.
Thank you, Lam. Take care, mate.
Take care.